Hello guys, let's draw a basic chopping board together. The chopping board will be the play mats for our little tokens and ingredients. So I want it to have a slight indent in the middle and maybe slightly raised edges, but still have that kind of iconic wooden pattern to it. Oh, don't want to draw on that layer. As this is a cooking game, maybe it should have some wear and tear, like little knife marks or something like that. That would be pretty cool. Or I'm also thinking of making this game kind of woodland creature themed, so that could include maybe little vines growing from the chopping board. Each player's chopping board could also maybe be decorated a little bit differently, but that will be future scope for me. Now, where is the mask? This one? No. Not that one. Get back. This one. That's what I wanted, not mask. Let's see. Let's start off with making this color a little bit lighter, and we want some darker ridges to show the patterns of this. Oh, I colored the wrong one. Let me put this here, and the clear layer. There you go. Start off with some lighter patterns. Ignore what I said earlier. Some lighter patterns. There you go. Now it's working. Just generally brush over, and we'll do the details next. Up, following the wood grain. I do have a reference photo just up above, so that's what I'm kind of following right now. I like this kind of curve of the wood. And then a little halfway segment there. I like to give the edges a little bit of a raised effect. So I'm gonna shade up here. What this kind of symbol shows is that when I'm drawing, it'll only draw inside of the shape I have below it here. So that means I can go over the edges without worrying about anything. This part would be our indented section, where you guys can put all your little ingredients. I also go with a little darker edge to just give it some more dimension. I have the opacity set much lower. This way it won't immediately be a giant dark splotch. I can go over it in layers, giving it just a little bit more texture. Getting all these sides. I have my brush size set to basically as big as it goes, so it really has that diffused look and allows me to control how much pressure I want on the edges. Brush the edges a bit more. There you go. It'll be looking down from a top perspective, so I won't be drawing the sides too much later on. Yay, that looks pretty nice. Pretty nice. A little bit more on the corners. Okay, now with the darker color, I'm going to go in, make my size a little bit smaller because I want a little bit more detailed type of lines. Go in and then sketch out the general shapes of the wood grain. Here, I can see it comes from up here, and then each time I go over, starts forming the shapes a little bit more. And because this is just a prototype, I don't want to focus too much on making it perfect. Unfortunately, I do like a little bit of perfectionism, which makes it hard to finish off a lot of stuff. So if I can make it less perfect, maybe I'll be able to get this done, which would be very nice. Okay, this has a little indent here. I added on this just randomly because I love these little circle wood knot type things, especially in a more whimsical feel. Okay, let me shape this one down a little bit more so it doesn't look like it's one entire thing. Follow the lines, go up, up, darken this, cut through these lines so it doesn't look like it has a own thing. A little bit more up here, maybe make a little indent up here, darken that, darken this section, and I'll darken down here to kind of contrast it with the top side. Okay, that is looking pretty nice. I'll cut this here because I'm running low on storage, but maybe I'll stream sometime so I won't have that problem. Catch you guys later.